Hello everyone, welcome back to Mom Wester channel. And today I would like to talk about this topic on semiconductor industry. Because I myself, I believe in the over the long run, over the next 10 to 20 years, I believe that IT gadgets is still something that is very personally feel and touched by us most of the time. Like for example, we would still need, handphone. We will still need our smartphone, our tablets, our whatever that you can think of. As long as it is digital and as long as it is technological gadgets, then in my opinion, the chips is very important as part of the gadgets. That is the reason why today I would like to look into this semiconductor industry in my topic today. So for semiconductor industry, every IT gadgets that involve is having a chips that built into it. And I believe that in the new generation, or even in our generation, IT gadgets in our hands no matter where we go. And we can't live without our smartphones, our computer, our even the smartwatches. All this hardware, we need chips to build in as part of the hardware. And I believe in the future growth of IT gadgets, the growth of technology. Hence, I believe this semiconductor industry is something that can ride alongside with IT industry. Over here, I have a graphical charts that shows that over the years since 2015 till now, from 2015 till now, 2020, there is a consistently growth in the semiconductor market. So in now, everyone is projecting, this is a chart that projects from 2021 all the way to 2025. We can see that there is a demand on the semiconductor and the sensor markets. That is why I say that I am personally confident that there is a growth and a need in the semiconductor parts. There are ways to involve or invest in this semiconductor industry. You can either invest through ETF or invest in the company itself. ETF for semiconductor industry, you have to do your own due diligence. Those that I can source is ETF like SMH, SOXS, and PSI. I personally, I don't have holdings in any of these ETF. So if you would like to invest in ETF, you can actually do your own due diligence and source for each ETF. And also you can choose to invest in companies. So in the semiconductor industry, the companies that are well known or are listed in the stock exchange are such as Intel, AMD, TSMC, NVIDIA, Qualcomm, etc., and many, many more. There are many companies are actually listed in the stock exchange for semiconductor industry. Right now, I would like to show you largest semiconductor companies by revenue size. All these are in USD billion. So right now, we can see that Samsung is actually the one that dominating the whole semiconductor market. And the next one is actually Intel. All right. This one is actually sourced from the internet. All right. I'm not the one that come up with this pie chart. I actually copy and paste directly from what I have sourced. So the next is actually Hynix, TSMC, Micron Technology, Qualcomm, NVIDIA, Toshiba. There are so many companies that you can look into, but Samsung is actually listed in Korea. So if you don't have access to Korea stock market, perhaps you can try to look into other companies like NVIDIA, listed in US, and also Qualcomm is also listed in US. Micron Technology is also one of them listed in the US. TSMC is a Taiwan company that listed in US, and also Intel. So in whatever companies that you wish to invest in, you must have do your own due diligence to find out whether you are comfortable with that particular company and whether you like their financials. Because to me, semiconductor is still a demand there. So these are like manufacturing companies to me. And as a manufacturing companies, for me, I would like to see very healthy financial results. So in whatever company that you would like to invest in, make sure that you are comfortable with their financial results. So to me, semiconductor industry is a steadily growing manufacturing industry due to the demand of the IT is also growing, and definitely is worth investing in some good semiconductor companies. Actually, every investment there is a risk. So for me, I would think that because chips is something that is very you need to meet the requirement of whatever new gadgets coming out in the market. For example, if there is a market of the 5G smartphone, maybe they need the they have to have a different kind of more productivity kind of chips. If let's say certain supplier or certain manufacturer cannot meet the 5G technology, then that particular company may have uh, lose out in their market share. So whenever you want to that is the reason why whenever you invest in a certain semiconductor company, if the supplier is not able, if the semiconductor company itself is not able to cope up with the needs of an upgrade of the chips as required by their client, then the client can easily switch to another supplier because there are so many companies that can produce chips. And lastly, always remember, invest in great companies with good track records. Always have risk management rules. Example, not more than 5% of your investable capital to be allocated to each stock. And remember to invest safely. Capital protection is very important. So I hope you enjoyed today's session on this semiconductor industry. I myself, I do hold particularly one company that is in semiconductor industry. I do not want to tell you which one because I don't want you to just blindly follow. But always remember, whenever you invest, you must remember that because this is a manufacturing industry, so you have to look for the companies that is very healthy in financial prospect because they are not like a fast growing industry like Tesla, where you can predict what is their future kind of thing. It's not like that. That's why this one is you have to invest carefully, look for the company that you are comfortable with and invest into it. So that's all for today, and I hope you have a great session with me today. And bye.